Welcome back to Current Pest Control. Today we're going to be working on an oxalic acid varroa mite treatment to this hive right here. I received this oxalic vaporizer on eBay, and the one that I bought came with about a 4-foot long cable. And out here where I'm at, I mean, there's nothing to plug into as far as batteries or any other kind of power source. So what I did was I took an extended from the truck battery with a 20-foot cable, ran it to a junction box, and then put a on and off toggle switch so that way I can control it right here at the hive without having to worry about whether or not I had enough power getting to the hive. I've already tested it. I know how long it's going to take to run the treatment itself. And the property that I'm on is a cattle ranch, so you're not going to be able to see too much on this angle due to the little corral that I've got set up for keeping the cows out. So I'll try to keep it pretty straightforward on this one. This particular treatment, all I'm going to do is remove the sugar board, candy board from the top, and then drop the oxalic in, and then we'll get started. So bear with me a second, let me get set up. So right now it's probably about 50 degrees outside, just barely warm enough for some of these girls to start flying. While I'm going over this, I'm going to show you this right here. It's a insulated top board. It's screened on both sides, and then I just have typical housing insulation inside of it. I mean, heck, I do bee removals throughout the year, so I know that house insulation doesn't really harm them too much, so I'm not worried about that. The candy board hasn't really been touched too much this season, but I've also been making sure that they're well fed and keeping them content. So we've got them closed in, candy boards off the top. We've got to get ready to close off the front entrance, so we've brought an old towel to be able to close them off on the front while I get the oxalic ready. And this is actually treatment number 3 for this particular hive. The other 2 hives I did a Epivar treatment back in the fall, but whenever I pulled this hive out of a client's house in October of last year, today is February 1st, 2020, by the way. I pulled this hive out in October of last year, and the temperatures weren't conducive to run Epivar at that time, so I went ahead and just let it ride out. And then 3 weeks ago, or I guess a month ago, I saw one bee with a varroa on it, so I went ahead and purchased this product. I think I only paid like $20 for this wand, which is substantially less than what you would pay from some of these other companies. So I was kind of skeptical, but overall it's actually done really, really well. So per instructions, you're supposed to heat this thing up, let it all vaporize, and then let it sit for 10 minutes. Obviously, I'm not gonna let y'all sit on this video for 10 minutes, so I'll just go ahead and run it for the 2 minutes that I'm gonna do it, and you'll see the vapor coming out of it. I'm gonna be standing upwind, so that way I don't have to worry about any kind of vapors coming into my face. So I'll just walk away and let this thing do its job. All I gotta do is just flip this switch, set a timer for 2 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 2 minutes.
So I know that my vaporizer takes 1 minute and 45 seconds to completely vaporize. So we set the timer for 2 minutes, so that way it gives me a few seconds to walk away while it's heating up. And then at the same time, I can just either work on something else, or in this case, continue filming this video and just sit back and watch the fireworks. What you can't see from your angle is actually all the activity that is already going on the backside of the camera. So let me pick up the camera and show you that. So this hive, I have it set up with a rear entrance as well as a front entrance, but they typically use the rear entrance more so than the front. So all the bees that you see there are the field bees trying to get back in. You know, being that we're doing this treatment a little bit warmer weather, they already started flying, so ultimately those bees are not being affected by the application that's going on right now. However, the hopes is that over the last 3 applications, they are getting their treatments anyway. I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but you can start to see some of the vapor starting to seep out of the front edge of the hive. So we'll just let that do its job. This is my other 2 hives. This spring I plan on extending this entire hive area to get about 20 hives. And that's my timer saying that time is up on that. So we'll just go ahead and turn this off. And I can just leave everything set up the way it is. Set a timer for 10 minutes.
Your timer is set for 10 minutes.
So while that timer is going off, normally what I would do is start working on another hive. But ultimately I just wanted this video to be about the oxalic treatment, and then I'll go ahead and get a second video going in the right direction to work on these 2 hives. So see you shortly.